Hey guys, what's going on? If you're new here, welcome. My name is BrittanyNichole. I have hooded eyes and I tend to do a lot of hooded eyeshadow tutorials on my channel, but I also do a lot of beauty reviews and beauty related videos in general. Like this one today, we are testing out all new drugstore makeup. I'm so excited for all of these products. I want to get them on my face now. I have the new to me, I should say. A lot of these are not newer products, but they're all new to me and I've been dying to try all of them. So I have the new number 7 foundation drops. I haven't heard a lot of people talk about this, so I wanted to pick it up and give it a go. I thought it would be awesome for those of you who are like me and have a 9 to 5 and you have to get ready fast. This might be a really good one to just kind of plop in your moisturizer and get on your face, which is kind of how we're going to try it out today. I have the L'Oreal Lumi Glotion. I have a new LA Girl blush palette. This seems like it's going to be awesome for travel. It has blushes and a contour. I wish they had a highlight in here as well, but we'll see how it performs. I have the Collab concealer. I've been dying to try this. I finally got my hands on it. I have a new Collab lipstick. I have a new palette from Alter Ego, the Goddess palette. So if you are interested in hanging out with me and just enjoying makeup, putting everything else on YouTube and in the world aside and just having fun, bringing it back to basics with makeup, go ahead and keep watching. Alright guys, so the first thing I picked up is this NYX Bare With Me Prime Set Refresh Spray. I love how this looks. By the way, I got a new light, so I'm hoping this lighting is a little bit better. I changed some settings so it's a little bit darker, but the lightness is a little bit brighter. Let me know what you think down below of this lighting. I promise I'm going to always be working on this to make the best quality possible for you guys, so let me know below. Your feedback really helps. But anyway, I picked up the NYX Bare With Me Prime Set and Refresh Spray. So we're going to use this as a primer. I don't have anything else. The reason I picked this up is because I sprayed it at Ulta and it reminded me of the Glow recipe. I think that's what it is, that watermelon one that's been floating around here on YouTube. That seems like the most fine setting mist in the world. So this I thought was very similar. It's so fine. It does have a little bit of a scent, but it's not horrible. A little perfumey. It definitely tastes sweet if you open your mouth while you're doing this as well. So that feels good. It is sensitive, skin friendly. That also caught my eye. So it says it's up to 8 hours hydration, which is nice. So yeah, we'll go ahead and see how this works. I'm not usually a primer spray person. I do prefer kind of a lotiony primer, but I do want to go by the books with this. So I do enjoy that spray. I think I'm going to really enjoy it as a setting spray. So let's go ahead and dig into these number 7 custom blend foundation drops. So I picked up 2 colors. I picked up Calico for this shade, and then I picked up warm beige for when I'm a little bit self-tanned. So basically it says mix with moisturizer or primer, blend on smoothly and evenly with your finger sponge or brush. So we're gonna try it with a brush. I've been really loving my Sigma F80 lately to blend out my foundation. So I think I'm gonna take my L'Oreal Lumi Glotion, so I give myself a little bit of a glow, and mix it in with Calico. And if it changes the color, I can just kind of add in warm beige if needed. So I'll go ahead and shake this up and mix them on the back of my hand. This is the Glotion. It is very pink looking, so I'm not sure if that's gonna change things up a little bit, but we'll see. I'm gonna add 5 drops of the foundation. Oh, it says mix 1, 2, or 3 plus, and I just added 5, so hopefully that's not gonna mess anything up. That's what it looks like mixed on the back of my hand, and that actually looks like it's going to be a really good match. I will say when I was playing around with the testers, does look a little bit gray, but we'll see. When I was playing around with the testers at Walgreens, I had a really hard time finding a good undertone. A lot of them were very peachy and a lot of them were very gray looking. So you'll want to play around with that. Make sure you use a tester when you're going into the store to figure out what you want to go with. So I'm just gonna blend this out with patting motions, and then I'll kind of move it around with swiping motions. It's blending out very easy. I wouldn't say this is definitely full coverage right off the bat. This is, I'd say, more of light medium right now. The Glotion is definitely giving it a really pretty glow. It does seem to be kind of drying down quickly, like blending out this spot that's been sitting there for a while. It's not by any means super difficult, but I could tell it was kind of starting to set. I'm gonna just take a headband and get my little baby hairs back while I do this. Okay, so I would say that's a solid medium coverage. It's definitely glowy, which I think is the Lumi Glotion. I do want to build it up a tiny bit right around the cheek area, so I'm just gonna take a drop right from there. A drop right from there. That was a little bit more than a drop. I'm gonna build that area up a little bit more because I can definitely see the redness coming through, but I'm gonna go ahead and take my sponge for this. So I'm just gonna, that didn't really do anything. Maybe that's because of the sponge. So let me add a little bit more. This is kind of what I go through, by the way, when I don't prep and try things beforehand. I try different ways of how it works. So it's kind of fun to do this on camera. And you guys can see like the process. I mean, you guys do this all the time, I'm sure, at home as well, but the brush works way better, like mounds better. So I would definitely say don't use a sponge for this one. You could just see how much coverage that's providing. All right, I like how it looks on my forehead, but I don't love how it looks on the cheek area for some reason. I just feel like my redness is still really shining through. So I don't know, I'm still on the fence about this. We'll see how it wears as we go on to the next step. So let's get into concealer. I just squirted a little bit of this out as I was trying to close it. I picked up the Collab concealer, No Flaws liquid concealer in Sand Beige. This was like the only shade they had that remotely looked like my skin tone, and I've heard great things about this. So let's go ahead and try it out. You guys know I'm not like a huge concealer person, you know, like fill in the triangle. I just kind of ooh, that's pretty peach. And then for this, I'll definitely take my sponge and try not to drop it before I blend it out. Okay, blending it out, it looks a lot better. Yeah, that matches actually really well. I don't think that's full coverage by any means. I think the Too Faced Born This Way is a lot more full coverage than that, but that blended out really easy, and that's a nice finish. It's not super matte. It's providing me a little bit of brightness as well. That might be a new go-to for me. It kind of reminds me of the Flower Beauty concealer, to be honest. All right, so this redness and this redness right here won't cover with the concealer. I don't know if it's a reaction that I'm having to either the Glotion or the foundation, but it is getting a little bit itchy. So I'll just monitor that, and let's go ahead and set the face in any area. So I'm gonna set kind of the perimeter of the face because I am really glowy. So I'm just gonna use my e.l.f. finishing powder. This is in Fair Light, and I'm just gonna take that right around kind of the perimeter where I'm gonna blend. I'm gonna go ahead and set the under eyes with this powder as well. So I'll just blend anything out and then just lightly set it. I feel like that powder darkened the under eyes a little bit, but I don't mind that at all. So let's move on to the Blushed Babe palette from LA Girl. Like I said, this has 3 blushes in it. No, 2, yeah, 3 blushes in it, and then a contour shade. I guess it's meant, they don't call it a contour, they call it a blush palette, but this is beautiful. I absolutely love it. I think that this contour is gonna be so good. I wish they subbed this out for a highlighter so it could be like an all-in-one palette, but that's okay. I mean, I have plenty of highlighters. Let me move Theo because he's wheezing. Here's Theo once again. I think he made a debut in my last video. He just loves to sit in front of me and stare at the lights. That's what he's looking at when I film. So he's my little wheezy. I call him a little alien because he's always staring at the wall or staring at something else. So if you ever hear wheezing, once again, that's Wheezy Peasy. All right, I've been loving this Japanesque brush for bronzing, contouring. You guys know I don't really do a harsh contour most times, so I'm just gonna use this right in that, they don't have names. They don't have names. So into the contour shade in this palette. This was $10.99 from Ulta. Wow, very, 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 very pigmented. Definitely more of a red tone, which I think I mentioned this in the last time I tried kind of a red tone bronzer. I kind of like that because I don't have a lot of red tone bronzers, and I tend to pull a little more red when I'm naturally tan, so it's nice to have that in my collection. But I am barely touching the palette, and I'm flicking off the excess, and it is very pigmented. Maybe that's why they call it a blush palette, because it is supposed to be more of a blush. I don't know. It seemed like this palette was geared more toward fair tones, because there was another palette that looked like it was more for darker skin tones. Let's grab a blush. We might add a little more bronzer and blend it out a little bit more later, but I'm gonna grab my Japanesque. It's like these came in a set together. This is the blush brush I use. I love it because it's angled. Let's mix both of these. I usually go in with like a shade like this, but I want to go ahead and mix both of these and see how that looks. The darker pink, usually I'll use as more of like a contour blush. Like it's kind of like that high fashion kind of look. I went through a phase where I loved that, but I'm going to try to focus a little bit more on the lighter pink when I dip, and then hit those apples. That's beautiful. Again, very, very pigmented. Wow. LA girl, you guys know what's up. That is really pretty. Everything's blending on top of this foundation really well as well. Anytime I feel like I brought my blush in too much, I always just kind of grab my sponge, even though we didn't apply any foundation with the sponge, and I kind of hit along those edges and then these edges. So let's go ahead and play around with the Alter Ego Goddess palette. This is what it looks like. I did use this in another tutorial, so this is still, I'm still trying to kind of get used to it, but I think this is stunning. I love the pops of blue. Like this shade right here is so pretty. So I'm just gonna kind of fast forward, figure out what I'm gonna do as I kind of go, and you guys can kind of see how it performs. So you will see me back here with a full eye of makeup. I don't think I'm gonna do anything too crazy. I do have to go out to dinner tonight for someone's birthday, and yeah, I don't think I'm gonna do anything too crazy, but you never know what will happen. So I'm gonna play with this and I'll be right back here. Alright, so this got really intense really quick. I don't know how that happened, but I just took a Q-tip and went in with Casanova, this shade right here, and I put that on this inner corner so you could see it's a little bit yellow. That's Theo in the background there. So I'm gonna do the same to this side right here. This is a really cool shade. So now we do have like a pop of color in there, but it's not too crazy. All right, so now I'm gonna hop off here, put on some lashes, mascara, do my brows, and I will be right back. All right, you guys, eyes are done. I didn't end up going in with any falsies. I just didn't think I needed it. I still kind of want to put blue in the inner corner, but I think it's gonna be too much by the end of this. So let's just go ahead and carry on. I do have the L'Oreal True Match Lumi bronzer. I used this in another video, but it's still new to me and I really, really like it. It's so pretty. So I'm gonna go ahead and grab that Japanesque sponge and I'm just gonna go ahead and bronze everything up. I'm gonna go ahead and throw a little bit of highlight on. This is just the Believe Beauty Champagne Kiss highlight from Dollar General. Very pretty. It reminds me a lot of the Wet n Wild. The next thing we have are lips. So I did pick up the Collab Toss and Turn lipstick. This is a satin lipstick and it looks really pretty. It looks like my lips but better. So I'm gonna go ahead and throw this on, and I think that's the last product. That is so pretty and super easy to use. I love that. Wow. All right, so now I kind of do want to put on lashes. What do you guys think? I feel like I'm just missing something right now looking at my face. So I am going to go ahead and throw on a pair of lashes. This is going to be a long video. So let me go ahead and do that and I will be right back here. All right, you guys, lashes are on. These are stunning. I'm fairly certain these are part of the Kiss Naked Drama collection because they're so lightweight and I pretty much only wear Kiss lashes, but I don't know the name of it. I am so sorry. I'm gonna hold on to these for as long as I possibly can because I like them that much, but I'm really happy I put these on because I really do think it amped up the look a little bit. I also did go ahead and set before I applied more mascara with the NYX Bear With Me, so everything is set down and I think everything looks really pretty. I did get a little bit nervous that I was too red in this area, but it does seem like that's going down, so I don't know if I was reacting to something like the Glotion or the foundation or the concealer when it first went on my face, but it seems to be going down now, so I think everything looks really pretty. This is definitely more of a glam look for me, but that is totally okay. So it is 9 a.m. right now and I'm gonna wear this until probably about 8:30, 9 p.m. We'll see. I am going to dinner, so we'll see how long that takes and I will check in with everything, but of everything I tried, there's really nothing I'm not happy with. So this is a really good first impression. So I will check back with you guys. If I can do a midday check-in, I will. If I can do like an outside kind of check-in, that would be great as well. If not, I'll see you back here later tonight. All right, you guys, it is 2 p.m. now, and this is what everything is looking like. I am sitting in front of a giant window, so there are no lights on whatsoever. This is what everything actually looks like if you were to see me in person. There is nothing right now that I can complain about. It has been 5 hours, and there's nothing that's really bothering me. I can feel I have foundation on, but it's not uncomfortable. I'm starting to get a little bit of a watery eye right here, which is typical spring, summer when allergies hit. I am a mess. My eyes start watering and my nose runs a lot. So I'm gonna start to kind of lose a little bit of eyeshadow here and probably some foundation here as the day goes on. But overall, everything looks really good. So I will check in with you guys again around like 8, 9 o'clock, somewhere around there. We'll see if there's any changes. I think if you were on more of the oily side, you might want to use a mattifying primer right in this area because I can see I am getting a little more glowy there. But overall, I think everything looks really good. The lipstick did not last through lunch, but that's pretty typical for a regular lipstick formula like that. So I will check in with you guys in like 5-ish more hours, somewhere around there. I do want to show you my animals really quick because they're all around me, so let me quickly show you. This is Theo, who joins most of my videos. He makes that little clicking noise. He really like that. He likes to sit and watch while I film. This is George, the French bulldog. He takes up most of my day. He's a handful, but I love him so much. He has such a good personality. And this is Stanley. He is my first child. He goes in here to kind of get away from the other animals. He likes to have some alone time, and this is where he does it. So George can't get to him. Theo can't get to him. He just kind of chills in this spot. So that's all 3 of my animals. All right, you guys, I am back. It is now 7:30, so everything has been on my face for about 10.5 hours, and I am so impressed. I also realized I've changed my shirt throughout this video. I've changed my earrings. I now have nail polish on. I've changed my rings. It's been a long day today. But anyway, we ended up going to dinner a little bit earlier, so I'm able to check in a little bit earlier, even though it's been 10.5 hours, which is way longer than I typically wear makeup. So like I said, very impressed with everything. If there's one thing I had to get nitpicky on, it would be I am getting a bit glowy, which I like. That works really well for my skin. But if you are a little bit more on the oily side, you might have to tailor your primer for that and then touch up. That could also have to do with the Glotion I used. So I'm gonna have to play around with the number 7 foundation drops and the Glotion a little bit more. I definitely want to try this with my moisturizer in the morning. I think that will be so helpful to save time for those of you who have to get ready fast. But so far, really like those. Very, very impressed by the Collab concealer. I've been having an issue where my concealer right here fades and gets really cakey throughout the day, and this isn't doing it at all. It looks just as good as when I first put it on, so very impressed. This will definitely be a go-to for me. As far as the blush and bronzer, again, so impressed. Look at how well it held up. These are the first things to fade off of my face, and these are still going strong. I realized as I was editing, I didn't talk too much about the L'Oreal. This is so pretty. I think you guys will love this for summer. It has a really nice sheen to it. It's not glittery. It just looks really healthy, blends beautifully, and I really, really like it. So pick this up if you can, as well as the LA Girl. That is beautiful. The lipstick looks stunning. I put this on about an hour ago after we were done eating, and I didn't touch it up throughout the drive so you guys could see how it fades. Obviously it's still on there and still looks pigmented, but this is one of those lipstick that doesn't fade yucky. It looks really, really nice, and you can layer it up throughout the day. It doesn't get like cakey or anything like that. So very impressed. I will be going back for more of these. The Alter Ego Goddess palette, you guys, this is stunning. I know you can't get this at Walgreens or CVS or anything like that, but it is drugstore price, but high-end quality. Everything looks exactly the same as when I put it on. It didn't fade at all. I obviously have allergies and I wipe my eyes under here a little bit, so it's fading a little bit under there, but that's obviously because my eyes were watering. But stay tuned because I am definitely going to do something with these blue tones in here. I absolutely love it. These blend so well and they're so pigmented. As far as the NYX Bear With Me setting spray, primer, and refresher, love this. I think this is one of the best spritzers. It's a lot like the Flower Beauty. That's what I should have said. It really reminds me of the Flower Beauty spritzer, and it kept this on all day long, and I didn't even use a primer, like a real primer, you know what I mean? So highly, highly impressed with everything. I was a little bit worried that everything was gonna fade around here. I do have a little bit of redness right here from wiping my nose, but nothing faded. So I'm impressed. This was a great first impression. So I hope this video was as fun for you as it was for me to make. I really enjoy first impressions and just playing with makeup every once in a while with you guys. If you guys have any questions, as always, please let me know below. I try to read and respond to each and every one of you. Otherwise, if you're interested in seeing any more videos from me, please subscribe. I post every Wednesday at 6 p.m. Central and every Sunday at 12 noon Central. I thank you so much for taking some time out of your busy day to spend with me, and I hope to see you in the next one. Thanks so much for watching. Bye-bye.